Here's a story about throwing good money after bad. I'm Jim Cameron for Talking Transportation, commentary and analysis on getting around in Connecticut. The nearly decade-long struggle to replace the crumbling Stamford Railroad Station parking garage has taken yet another bizarre twist. Now, the Connecticut Department of Transportation wants to spend $1.5 million and take 6 months to repair the garage that they then intend to tear down. How did we get into this mess? Let's examine the timeline. May 1983. Construction finally begins on the Stamford Transportation Center, featuring a new train station and parking garage. But construction is halted just a few months into the work when cracks are found in beams. Repairs are made and the work continues. Fast forward to August 2006. Crumbling concrete, exposed and rusting rebar convince ConnDOT engineers that the garage is near the end of its life. The ConnDOT decides it'll be cheaper to demolish the old 727-space parking garage than to repair it, and they allocate $350 million. August 2008, a hope for public-private partnership to replace the old garage in its current location and add private office space falls through. July 2012, the Department of Transportation tries a public-private partnership again, issuing a request for proposals for replacement parking within a quarter mile of the station. This time, developers are promised confidentiality. There are no public hearings on any concepts, leaving commuters in the dust. After some protests, Governor Malloy appoints a panel to oversee the DOT's process of selecting a developer. That panel meets secretly, never seeking public input or ever issuing a report on its work. July 1, 2013. Local developer John McClutchy and his family donate $30,000 to the Connecticut State Central Democratic Committee. By February of 2015, the McClutchy family has donated $165,000 to that federal account, bypassing state laws prohibiting contractor contributions to candidates. July 11th, just 10 days later, the Department of Transportation announces its choice of developers for the Stamford Garage project. JHM Group of Companies, headed by the same Mr. John McClutchy, has proposed a 600,000-square-foot office hotel complex on the site of the old garage, while parking will be moved a quarter mile away. Negotiations on a final deal get underway. November 2014. Having been completely bypassed in the state's decision-making process about the garage project, the City of Stamford's Zoning Board passes a new zoning ordinance giving it, the city, final approval over any projects near the train station. March of 2015. Governor Malloy introduces House Bill 6851, a bill that would give the state control of all development within a half mile of any transit station. The bill would create a quasi-governmental Connecticut Transit Corridor Development Authority, all of its members appointed by the governor, with the power of eminent domain. After an uproar, the bill is eventually killed. April 2015. Large chunks of concrete fall from the ceiling of the Stamford parking garage, prompting the Department of Transportation to close the facility for a safety inspection, displacing 700 daily parkers. July 2015. The second anniversary of the DOT's selection of JHM as developer of the garage passes with still no signed contract. The old garage remains closed into its third month with no word on repairs. October of 2015. The DOT announces it will spend $1.5 million and take 6 months to repair part of the old garage, eventually to reopen 270 of its 727 spaces. Those facts speak for themselves. The only opinion I would offer is actually a question. If the Connecticut Department of Transportation can so mismanage a small deal like this, what's going to happen when Governor Malloy gives them $100 billion to spend on his 30-year transportation plan? I'm Jim Cameron for Talking Transportation.